Hello fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. Today I'm reviewing Tag. This was directed by Jeff Tomic and stars Ed Helms, Jeremy Renner, Isla Fisher, Jon Hamm and Leslie Bibb. And it's a story of a group of friends that have played tag for 30 years. So each May they come together to play this particular game. It's kept them together as friends, and it's also spanned their 30 years of friendship. The game has really spanned their entire life since they were kids. And it really looks at Hodge, played by Ed Helms, and how finds out that a particular friend of theirs, a guy that's never been tagged, Jerry, played by Jeremy Renner, is giving up the game. He's not been participating and is retiring. So it's really a fight against time to try and tag him before he does this. And so he recruits the rest of the guys, and they go on this journey to try and tag Jerry, who's never been tagged, who's a mysterious figure and is able to escape all sorts of different pranks and ideas that they have. They try and do to tag him. And what ensues is a crazy ride of these friends coming together and for the first time and trying to go against him as a team rather than individually. And it's just sort of crazy the things that unfold. Ed Helms' character dresses up in a variety of different ways, trying to tag Jerry. They all join together and break into his house and in Jerry's house and try and get him, but it never sort of works out the way they expect. And it sort of leads to this sort of ending where they're just ultimately trying to tag Jerry and the lengths that they go to do this. There's a lot of humour in it, some great one-liners and dialogue, but it sort of has a little bit of heart as well. Look, I didn't mind this film. It was entertaining and fun. It was exactly what it set out to be. Fun, entertaining comedy with a bit of a twist and a little bit of heart. And that's exactly what it transpired out to be. Everybody does a really great job here. Jeremy Renner is really funny here, and it's good to see him doing other things besides superhero movies. And he's got quite a good sense of humour and works really well with the other comical actors within this film. And Isla Fisher is just over the top and ridiculous as usual, but she does a really great job here. And Jon Hamm's really great. It's good to see him doing more comedy. He's actually quite a funny man and works really well within this genre and can hold his own against the other comedy actors as well. This is actually the movie that they talked about that Jeremy Renner broke both his arms, hence why he wasn't in Infinity War Part 1. And the way he broke his arms was during jumping up on a set of chairs, and one of the wires broke and he fell and broke both his arms. And then he just continued on doing the film with these broken arms, that they just digitized his arms through special effects and CGI through the film to keep him sort of within that, to keep him going in the movie ultimately. And he ended up doing that stunt again and doing it correctly this time without any injuries. This is a kind of a wild story that's actually based on a true story. This is a story of a group of men that were playing tag for 23 years, and this was something that brought them together over time. No matter where they were, they would come together for the month of May or whenever it was and play this tag for the whole month. This is based upon a newspaper article about these particular guys and the lengths that they would go to. And at the end of the film, they sort of look at the real guys and how they dressed up and did all these sort of things to try and tag each other. And they recorded what they did, and it was quite fascinating to watch actually, and quite comical. And this does a great job of telling that story, and it's a fun and entertaining sort of film. And it's got some really great humorous moments in it. I found myself laughing out loud at a lot of it. And this ridiculousness that happens and unfolds, the lengths that they go to tag Jerry, or Jeremy Renner's character, is, extreme, and the way he defends himself is even more extreme. And I had this feeling throughout the film, it would be all the things that they set up, that Jerry's getting married and they know where he is. I thought it would have been interesting if that was fake, if the whole thing was set up for him to draw these guys in and then beat them once more. Ed Helms is quite a funny character in this. He does a really great job, and Isla Fisher, who plays his wife, she's really good, and they're a good mix between them. Annabelle Wallis is in it, and I think she's a really good actress, but they need to give her more of a role rather than just this sort of sidekicky character, or she doesn't have a lot to do in this film, and I just feel she's a really great actress and deserves more and better roles than what she did in The Mummy, unfortunately. Look, final verdict. If you like comedies and you like a comedy that does something completely different and takes a different route at the comedy and a different story and something with a tiny bit of heart, you'll probably thoroughly enjoy this. I don't know if this film will be for everyone, but if you go into it, just go into it to be entertained and have something to laugh at, because that's really what it's all about. Look, I'm going to give this film 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was above average and it was a solid comedy, and it took a different route and different idea. And it was interesting to see it was based upon a true story of these guys and how it's really about how they kept connected over the years still playing this particular game. It's something that everybody should do, not necessarily play tag, but have something that a group of friends come together and do once a year, so they're always keeping in contact no matter where they are in the world, or where they are in the city or towns or wherever they live. Anyway, that's all from me today. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please hit subscribe down the bottom. As always, until next time, enjoy the movies.